So Australia have returned to winning ways after having displayed some clinical performances versus Ireland in the just concluded ODI series tour. As for Ireland, well, they would agree that although they were outplayed, yet they had some very important learnings to do from the very best in business in the just concluded series. So stay tuned as I present to you a review into the series in this segment of The Outside View, powered by Elistar.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी and amazing features.
So let's begin with the big picture. Once again, this ODI series formed a crucial part of the ongoing ICC Women's Championship 2022-25 cycle, and Australia made some huge gains. They are now placed at the second position, having accumulated 13 points, while Ireland continued to be placed bottom at the 10th position. Now let's delve into the details. The series summary: the first ODI got washed out, so the second ODI became the official series opener between Ireland and Australia, and the second ODI had Ireland opting to bowl first, and Australia, having been invited to bat first, ensured that they displayed their much famed batting lineup with complete perfection, riding on the brilliance of Ellis Perry, Beth Mooney and Ashley Gardner. Firstly, Ellis Perry and Beth Mooney were involved, with Ellis Perry top scoring in an outstanding 106 run stand, with some important contribution from Ashley Gardner in a 54 run stand additionally to help Australia put up 321 for 7 in their 50 overs, a very competitive total, and it was quite surprising yet heartbreaking to see Ellis Perry missing out on her much deserved century yet again. On a very consistent basis, Ellis Perry has been suffering from the jittery nerves in the nervous 90s, and it's about time she worked hard on them to ensure she reached her milestone as much as possible and as consistently as possible. The Ireland bowlers, although tried their best, but were just not enough for the much famed batting lineup for Australia. As for Ireland in the chase, well, they never looked into the game, although there was an 89-run important stand between Gaby Lewis and Amy Hunter. But once at 109 for 2 when the second wicket fell, there were at regular intervals wickets tumbling for the Irish batters, which eventually had them getting bundled out for 168 in just 38.2 overs, because the Australian bowlers were just too good for them and absolutely brilliant in their display. And eventually the second ODI had Australia winning by a comprehensive margin of 153 runs. Now the third ODI had some interesting moves both from Australia and Ireland. For Australia, they suffered two major jolts in their star players Alyssa Healy and Ellis Perry being ruled out due to injury, and this was the first time since June 25th, 2009 that Australia were playing without their star trio of Meg Lanning, Ellis Perry and Alyssa Healy. As for Ireland, they had to play without their very experienced and capped player in Mary Waldron, because she also unfortunately had suffered an injury which had kept her absent hurt. In the second ODI, she had planned to call time on her career officially after the conclusion of the third ODI, but due to that injury, she had to make the official announcement quite soon. Now the third ODI had Australia this time opting to bowl first, so Ireland got invited to bat first, and they once again couldn't do much with the bat, having been able to put up just a moderate 217, getting bundled out, as to make very clear, that too in just 49 overs, although Orla Prendergast tried her best to be the top scorer and ensure that Ireland could put up a fight, but once again the Australian bowlers were just too good and too much for them to handle collectively. As a bowling department, they were just too good and brilliant with their performance. And the chase, they were even better, because the rest of the Australian batting lineup just never had to come up, because their openers Phoebe Litchfield and Annabel Sutherland stitched up a brilliant 200 plus stand, brought up their maiden centuries in ODI cricket, and ensured that both of them were just more than enough to chase down the target, that too in just 35.5 overs, to help Australia win by a complete 10 wickets comprehensively and seal the series, whitewash Ireland 2-0 to win this ODI series. Here's presenting the star performers from the series, beginning with Australia. Undoubtedly, once again, it is Ashley Gardner, their first star performer, who's just continuing with her brilliance, her all-round brilliance, be it with the bat, be it with the ball, you name it, she has it for Australia always. And in this series, she was proclaimed the player of the series. And the second player, it was a tussle between Annabelle Sutherland and Phoebe Litchfield, but ultimately the second player undoubtedly has to be Phoebe Litchfield, who was also declared the player of the match for her brilliant century in the third ODI. Now the star performers from Ireland, undoubtedly the first star performer has to be in Georgina Dempsey, because although the Irish bowlers were finding it very difficult to put up with the brilliance of Australia's batting, yet Georgina did come up with a brilliant 4-4 in the second ODI to choke the Australian batting lineup to some extent. And the second player definitely has to be their very consistent Orla Prendergast. She was outstanding with the bat in its third ODI to eventually become the top scorer for Ireland in their batting prowess. With this, here's the conclusion to the review of this ODI series between Ireland and Australia. And to our viewers, once again, do let us know who was your favorite player and who, according to you, was the star performer in this series, both from Ireland and Australia, and how much did you enjoy watching the players from both these sides displaying themselves to absolute perfection. And once again, a gentle reminder to all our viewers out there to always stay updated regarding any sort of news in and around the world. It's always Women's CricZone delivering for you. Keep following us on our social media handles, and you were once again following and watching yet another segment of The Outside View powered by Elistar.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स।